Hey, miss how she name? You know when you make a pot of cocoa tea, it has filled the whole house with a nice smell? Well, let me tell you, behind that same cocoa is a story most people never hear. From Trinidad to Peru, Belize to Ecuador, Latin America and the Caribbean, they grow a special kind of cocoa. They just call it Fine Flavour Cocoa. It's different from the ordinary kind, you know. They taste richer, more floral, more fruity. And the rest of the world don't mind pay plenty. They know when they see quality. Them chocolate makers in Europe and Japan just fight to get them beans. Because when you make chocolate with this cocoa, it does make you feel sweet. Most people feel cocoa is just from Africa. And they can't really blame them because most of the world's cocoa supply is from West Africa. But that is bulk forastero cocoa. Now hear this. This region right here is the birthplace of plenty special varieties. Ecuador have Nacional cocoa. Peru have Choncho. Belize still planting Mayan strain. And Trinidad? Well, we is the ones who crossbreed to make Trinitario. Is we region keeping the tradition alive? You see miss how she name? When them big chocolate brands buy bulk cocoa, they paying small money. But for fine flavor, they just pay up to 3 times more. Because they want to tell customers the story. Well, this bar come from one small farm. It's ethical, it's pure. The global chocolate market worth more than $120 billion. And these days, people want to know exactly where the cocoa coming from. Still, even with all that value, cocoa farmers going through all kind of fight down. First thing, climate change. Some years it's too dry, some is flood, one hurricane and your tree gone. Yields just drop by 30% sometimes. And cocoa is a thing that is take a good few years to grow. When the weather is so uncertain, farmers can't plan. It's trouble to harvest something. And here the next part. Most farmers only see in a small slice of the pie. You could sell them fine beans for big money abroad. But by the time the middleman and exporters take the share, the farmers only gain a small change to share. Sometimes they just even mix the premium cocoa with bulk cocoa to cut costs, you know. And that does mash up the quality. A touch of fine flavor cocoa does increase the product value, but let's not confuse the taste. We have to move from raw beans to more high value products. We can't just focus from bar to bean. You might hear about the fair trade and organic labels. They sound good, yes? They could raise the price farmers get. But all that certification costs real money. Some small farmers simply can't afford it. Imagine that. You have the best cocoa in the world but still can't get certified. But here now, it's not all bad news. Plenty farmers teaming up in cooperatives, learning how to ferment and dry their own cocoa properly. Some even starting their own chocolate brand like Cocoa Bell in Trinidad or Pasario in Ecuador. When they cut out middleman, they keep more profits and tell their own story. Fine flavor cocoa is part of our culture. It's how some families survive. If we protect it, support fair trade and back the farmers, everybody got taste the sweetness. Not just the big foreign companies. We own should innovate and try. Next time you're bubbling your pot of cocoa tea, remember, all this work, all this heritage in every sip. Ask where cocoa come from. Support the people who make it with love. And if you really care about keeping this tradition alive, share this story. Buy local when you could. Tell a friend, because small choices does make big change. Drop a comment below and tell me what your favorite memory of cocoa is or which local cocoa you love best. Let me keep the conversation going, cause that does make me feel sweet.